Today in Haz Armory, recabeling an Uhlmann type reel. Not my favorite job in the world. I am an armorer, so so here we have the reel. This is a fairly new reel. The only damage it has is a little bit of teeny bit of cutting into by the cable right here, and the cable hasn't barely started. The issue was that the guy who does repairs at the club it was at couldn't find a problem with it. It kept cutting it back, couldn't find the problem, and then the cable's too short, so it has to be recabled. Not a problem. Now the first thing you do is take the tension off. Do it the easy way. Push the whole cable. I'm going to cut the cable here, let it zip out and not hit me as it unwinds. If I can find my, there it is. So detension reel, then recable anyway, doesn't matter. So here we go. And there's no tension on the reel. That's fine. So let's open it up now. And one change that Uhlmann and Allstar did make, which I actually kind of like, is these screws here are no longer slotted. Then they have a small 3mm hex head. Of course, I had to buy a bit, but that's beside the point. It's a lot easier than using a screwdriver or a metric wrench set, which does not work easily because it doesn't want to stay in place. That. One other thing here, as far as the cable guide is concerned, they have hex nut heads here, which I believe are a 2.5 as opposed to a 3. There's a 2.5. Is that the case? Yes, that's the case. So the nuts that hold the casing on are 3mm hex heads. The ones that hold the cable guide are 2.5mm. So put that aside there. Let's take this off. And there's the lid. Put that inside. Okay, so I don't know if I need to take the cable guide off, but as far as the cable here is concerned, there are two ways I could connect this. I could do it here at the solder at the window, or I could splice it inside. I'm going to splice it inside because of this. So here's the window. Here's the complaint I have. I'm just going to drop the camera down a bit here. Okay, so you can see how much space I don't have to work with. I mean, really, that window in the top of the drum, you see how small it is. It's like an inch of effective space by not even a half. That's really too small, and it's down below the top surface of the drum. And this is stupid. It's not accessible easily. There's a chance that you may have a solder butt come up and touch the drum, which is part of the circuit, so you'd have a ground to see. And what irritates me is an older Allstar reel I saw, which had a plastic drum, had a circuit board on top, like Vivero, so I can get to it. That's probably where I got the idea. This is idiotic. It should be fixed, but they won't do it because it's going to entail redesign on the top. So I'm not going to undo these. I'm going to go inside the drum and splice it together, like Matt Porter once mentioned and taught me how to do. So this is stupid. Uhlmann Allstar, please fix it. It is irritating, and it makes changing cable in these so much more difficult. So before I do that, though, I'm going to reconnect the wire to the head, so it'll save me some time. I'm not going to show you that because I did that earlier. I think it was video 94, I believe it was. So I'll do that. I'll be right back. Stand by. Okay, so I've got the plug head on, cable's ready to go. I've already stripped the back end of it so I could check and make sure the lines are all good. They are. Put that aside for the time being. Now I gotta take the cable off of this. And first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the screw to hold this little bar in place. So I'm going to move the Mercatech aside, make it a little easier. So flip it over. Now there are 2 screws, one of them's under this foot. So I take that foot off. A little wrench. Break it loose. Let's see. Show me the right way to go at it. Ah, going the wrong way, duh. Take 2. Come on, come loose. Oh, brand new stuff. It just doesn't want to. There it goes. Came loose. Doesn't want to come loose. All right, so there we go. And that's attached to this bolt right here. Oh, they finally stopped cutting it in half. Good. They used to cut this bolt head in half to make it fit. I guess it finds out doing that. That's a full bolt. Just put that aside. Now take these 2 screws here out, which are right there. These are both flat heads. They haven't gone the 3mm, I guess, yet. Gonna lose those suckers. And it pops out, so that's why. Hey, come on. All right, so it's popping out. It's probably a little tight. Loosen it with a regular screwdriver. Oh, it does not want to come out. Okay. That's irritating. Let's get a bigger bit on that. Might minimize the pop out. Oh, come on. Oh, does not want to go. Okay. Let's put that in the actual drill. Put some real torque in that sucker. There it goes. Yep. So it's so tight, the torque didn't want to let it loose. Now it has. And take this out. So now I can unplug the Mercatech, move the whole bar aside, which makes certain things a lot easier to do. So I'm going to put. Now I could have pulled the whole cable out and then pulled the rest of it off, but that would have meant winding the drum up a little more than I'd like to. So I'm going to take it off this way now. Then I'll cut it short. Yeah, it's almost there. It's really, that cable's actually really way too short. There it is. Okay, there's the end of the cable, because there's the strain relief. Let's cut that so it's out of the way. Wind this cable, throw it away. Now comes the fun part, getting the cable installed. As I said earlier, I am not going to solder it here. I'm going to take it apart and splice it. The problem is I have to take it apart and splice it. Let's put this back for the time being. Let's undo this a little bit so my Mercatech will sit flat, or rather the Mercatech with the whole assembly will sit flat on top of the workbench. Not quite, a little more. Put 2 into it. So what I'm doing is I widen the gap here right, oops. There you go, widen the gap. So the Mercatac will stay here in the center and something there, so it's just mostly flat when I'm doing the work here. That's better. Now, we take out these screws, and they made a change here. So they have, okay, this makes some sense. They have flathead screws here, here, and here to hold the spring in place, but they have a 3mm hex one here, which is the one for the ground. So that actually makes some sense. So let's take that one out first. It's always kind of hard to find which one. That's the wrong size. Oh, it's 2.5, not a 3. Okay, hang on. There's a 2.5. Okay, makes sense. Always kind of difficult to find the screw for the ground side. Was a little bit longer. That's a lot longer, and it's a 3mm. It's a 2.5 mil with the hex head. Excellent. Now I can go to taking this stuff out, taking the spring off. The reason I'm taking the spring off because I'm going to take the whole casing apart. There we are, and get to the back side that way. Little magnet stick works nicely. But note that I am not taking off just yet, because I want to make sure I don't, have the things shooting out at me, which is a risk. So I'm going to take some tape. When I take this off, I'm going to take the backing plate off this as well. I'm going to tape it down real quick. There we go. So now it's on. To pop this off. Okay, so now it springs out. We're starting to come out, as a matter of fact, which is not good. Okay, so let me take a look at this real quick. Okay, look at that later. Definitely want to tape this down. Make some gaff tape instead. That does not look good. Spring is about to shoot out at me. I will deal with that later, and not on camera. Okay, there's that. This is gonna really put the tape across to hold this down. Hold in place so the top doesn't come shooting out at me. Let's put one more run of tape on that. That's why I keep telling manufacturers need to put covers on these damn things. Okay, so what happened was, if you see it bulging a little bit, it should be bulging, the center's starting to come out. So I'll deal with that later. So here we are here with this. Now, I'm going to take these out, and these are all 2.5, so okay, back to this again. These are like the ones that held the one thing in. Okay, that's coming out. And because these are in are so new, it takes a little strength to get them going. Again, before these were previously these were flathead screwdrivers, or flathead screws. So I don't mind this. Now this whole thing's going to come up. There's the underside of the drum, so you can see right here where the solder points were. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to splice it to here, and probably tape it in here so it doesn't move. So let's pull the old one out if I can. There it goes. Pull the one out to that rubber grommet. Okay. Now that's out. So I can get this undone. So I can get a little bit of come on, get it there. Hold on, I'll get this knot undone. See, this is why I hate doing Uhlmanns. Even this way is difficult. This is not easy at all. It is some changes to it to make it a little more workable, but it's still a pain in the butt. It's still not accessible. It is still, you know, if this stuff was on top of the drum, I wouldn't have to worry about this. But it's not, so I have to. Get up there. Let's see, that's still connected. Okay, let's take this thing entirely off. Okay. Got entirely off, put it to the side. Okay, so the plate's entirely off. Now I can set this flat. String relief knot's really tight. So if I can get that going now. And there it goes. Okay, now I got the string relief knot out. And take the sheathing off. If it'll come. Wow, does not want to move. Come on. It's getting past its curves here. It's a problem. It's starting to come. Yeah, it's moving very slowly. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to hold this and don't pull on the solder joints. Sucker does not want to come. It's going pretty tight, so I'm going to try this a different way. Okay, so we're going to try a little different way. No, it's gotta come up. Never mind. All right, we're gonna do this the hard way. I'm gonna cut it off and then go get a new sheath for my stock. So basically, I'm taking the knife. I'm going to slice it here and then pull it off that way. Just want to loosen it up. See that divvy thing there? You readjust the camera real quick. Better shot. Okay, try it again. Okay, put a cut in. There's that. Okay, so I'm starting to split it out. Let's see how far that goes. Now it's coming a little more. Okay, so now a little less tight, a little more is coming off. I got to cut a little more of it back. Pretty much just scoring it and it'll strip back. Oops. If I find the score line. In partial also there's so much material here, the friction is just real high. That's better. That's a lot better than it was. Okay, fine. Working our way down. Okay, we'll continue this until I get it off, so stand by. Okay, so I'm back. That felt like heat shrink, it was on so tight. I have a line of Vero cable tubing now. It actually works a lot better for me, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and feed this through the bushing in the backside. So I already have the other end already done. So pull it back till nothing shows through. line the bushing up, and that's the hard part, because the angle it's at. So we can see a little better here. Turn the headlamp on. There we go. Okay, there it goes. So got the bushing through, and I got the wires through. So now it's a matter of tying a string relief knot and finding where I'm going to connect it to. So let's see, string relief knot's going to be right about where it's coming out. So right where the cables are coming out of the sheathing, I'm going to tie the knot. Right a little farther back of it, actually. That should be plenty of room to play with. The whole idea string relief knot is if, say, it runs a cable out, it'll jerk the reel and not rip the cables off of this. There we go. Okay, so there's that. I pull that back, and that's what's going to sit. So because we have this here, I'm going to take the existing cable, put it this far down so it's even, a little more, cut it, and strip it and splice it. So we're going to cut it first. That didn't work too well. Let's try something else. Try the actual snippers. How about that? There, I didn't want to cut the Kevlar string relief. Now, strip the wires. That off. Different Kevlar string relief on this. Your cable has different type of Kevlar relief. Still gotta get rid of it because I no need. Okay, there's that. Now strip these wires. These rather long because I'm not going to solder them. There's the round one. Instead, I'm going to put the crimps on. A lot easier. That didn't work. That's better. Okay, there's that. That's stripped. That's stripped, and we're gonna grab these and my crimp tool. We're gonna crimp the connections, so I need to figure what size I need to use. Well, it's already there. Let's pull 3 up. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Put that down. Let's do green first. It was a short one, so got green here, cross them in an X formation, and then twist them together. Put the crimp down. Okay, my crimp tool, put it on there, squeeze. Okay, there's that one there. Let's go to brown next. Okay,
Again, make them cross in X formation. And start twisting them together. If they will stay. There we go. The crimp. And control wires there. There you go, that should work better. Cut all the wires that time. And I dropped it, so let's pull a different one. I'll pull the last one in a minute. It happens, unfortunately, little crimps are... Where'd it go? I know I had you. There you are. There we go. There we go. Crimp tool. That's crimped. Now where's that third one that fell out? There it is. Fill out the hole. Okay, so it's over here now. Now the white one. These two aside, don't need you right now. See why I like Favero. If this Favero would have had this done by now. Uhlmann, this is easier than trying to solder into that small little space, but it's still not easy for me to do. I did a club once a number of years ago in I think it was California Fencing Academy, I think it was, and they actually sent me about 2 dozen of these reels to recable. That was a lucrative nightmare. Really solidified why I don't like Uhlmanns. Get in there. There it goes. Okay, now we have crimps on all of them. But I'm not done yet because now I have to insulate those, so heat shrink. Let's cut a decent length of this right now. I already have lengths that are too long, the lengths that are too short. Okay. Okay. That's good there. Heat guns all plugged and ready to go. Let's shrink that. There's that one. Let's do brown. Make sure nothing sticks out the front. See it shrinking from here. There's that one, and the other one fell to the floor, so I gotta get that for the cats too. Probably having an open spot on my workbench. There it is. All right. Last one on, that's the green one. That's good, shrink that down. Okay, so now it's all shrunk down. Now I'm gonna, and the screw is not there, so I'm gonna take it and tape it inside the drum. So it doesn't move around too much. Should be inside the depression side here, it should be safe. If not, I'll reshoot the video and do it again. So let's see, there's that there. Now, Matt Porter would have done this nearer than me. I'm listening a bit, and he's far better than armor I'll ever be. But this is me doing the work. It's away from the bushing. And there is that. And one more in the middle just to play it safe. Push everything's down. That should do there. And now comes the fun part. So this is done here. I could just wind this up on the drum, which I actually might do. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to wind it a while. It's wind on the drum here, and then I'm going to wind it all the way up, and then I'm going to get to the spring, which I'm going to do off camera because I think it blows up. You don't want to hit it. So I'll be back in a bit. Stand by. Okay, so first thing I do is put the plate back on. Means I got to align this with some of the holes. There we go. Okay. Let's get one of these things lined up. There it is. And put it in these partially. Not lined up yet. Okay. There goes, that's partial. That's going, and that's the third one. Okay, that one's out. Okay, I need that bit. Okay, so that's in now. I'm just going to rotate properly. I don't feel like he's binding up. Okay. I see a mistake I did. I'll take care of that in a bit. So that's now get the spring down. Now this is gonna be the fun part because this is what the spring looks like inside. So the spring actually broke. There's a little tab there. So first thing I do is put this down. And okay, so we have this notch here, lines up there because that notch is where, right there is where the longer screw's gonna go. Now comes the fun part. Now the clamp's on. Can I get this onto the drum? Now let's see, there's this thing there. Okay, there's that. There's a little slot here where the tab fits in, and this is so chewed up. Hope I can get onto that screw thing. Let's see. I'm just gonna get it. I'm doing blind here. Pull it down a bit so you can see it. You can't see. I have a headlamp so I can see what's going on. Okay, let's try it again. Let's start going in. Hard part's lining up. Also, it's been out of shape, so it's gonna be really hard to get that in. Let's see, try this again. Stand by. I can go this way with it. Starting to go on. Now. Okay, good. Wash my hands right back. Okay, so I got it down. Surprise, surprise. Pull the clamp back, and the spring's down. Now it's kind of safe. So now I got to put the screws in, and I want to get that long one in first. Everything else go off of that. So here's the screw. This is what the hex head. Oop, didn't go in. There it goes, now it's in. Now it's just a matter of swinging these things around until the hole in the plate and the hole in the casing of this line up with a screw hole. So there's that. Put a screwdriver in both holes. There it goes now. Pretty much lined up. Again, these should be these are the ones with the flat points, so the flat screw slots though. So you need a flathead screwdriver for that one. There we go, there's that one. Of course, getting into place is the hard part sometimes because there's no room. Again, thank you for not making room there. Okay, that went in good. And I'll turn around here. Get that one lined up. Okay. Last one. That's all lined up. Put that away. Put a screw in there. Tighten all the way up. Now that's tight. That's tight. That's tight. Goes to 2.5. Okay, that's tight. So now, bottom side's done. Now I can put everything together, but I made a mistake. Duh. I forgot to slice the, feed the cable through here, like I'm an idiot. So I still have to take this thing apart and feed it through, but at least I can do that really easy. So stand by, I'll do that and hang on. Yeah, so cable's taken apart. I'm gonna feed it through the back side through the cable guide here. Doing a blind kinda. Goes, got it. All three nuts coming out. Okay. I put the head back together. In my defense, the first time I ever tried it this way, so of course mistakes we made. We put the head back together and I'll be back. Stand by. Okay, so the cable's on correctly now. Let's wind this sucker up. So if you remember correctly, I did not have this this back bar down. So you're working it off, swing it out, so now I can wind it up. But I actually don't have to do that anymore because I was going to do the wind the way doing it for Veros. Nope, don't have to. Work next back down, so now I'm going to basically pull this out. Oop, no, I do need it now. Think about it. Pull the cable out. I'm going to wind it up. It's got like 7 turns here. And pull back. Those 7 turns. Let's see if it comes all the way out now. What I want to do is make sure the entirety of the cable comes out to the strain relief knot. Make sure it's going to pay the whole way out on the strip. And it does not, it bottoms out. I've got, okay, I'm going to take a turn off. One turn the cable off and see how that does. Nope, still bottoming out. Let's take another turn off. Sorry about that. The my computer had shut down. I couldn't see this I use as a monitor, couldn't see it. And when I turn the monitor back on, I actually killed the program I used to see it. So let's start over again. Let's pull its way out. Going to bottoming out here. Come on. Ah, there. Okay, now just about bottoms out. Yeah, bottoms out. There's the it bottoms out. There's the string relief covering. Not going to go back in. Retract all the way. Ugh. Put one turn back on that. See if we can see what's going on here. I don't like when it doesn't retract all the way. That retracts fine. There it is. Okay, I must have been distracted by the monitor going off. So that's the turns on it. Okay, there's that going back. Boom. Okay. Let's put the Mercatac back on. Put the screws back in place here. Goes. Find the teeny tiny wheel screws. There it is. One of them. Started by hand with my fingies. Second one. Let's switch the bits out on my driver. Okay. Let's not drop the screw. See, sometimes the hardest part of doing repairs is getting the parts back together. It's lined up. So I want to go in. There it goes. That's in. That's in. Now let's put that bolt in to hold the foot. And the foot goes on like so. Hand tight sufficiently fine there. Okay, now that's that. All we need now is put the casings on. Let's switch again to the 3mm one. Top casing on. That's down. Okay. Back together. Oop, that's the wrong one. I've got the 2.5 again. Now I've got the 3. Much better. Partially in. Partially in. Partially in. Last one. That's done. That's done. That's done. And one more to go. Okay, back together. And now the acid test. You can't see because the camera doesn't aim at it, but let's try this. I'm going to plug the cord in the back end here. and a cord in the front. Okay, survey says in the box we have, aha, I have no A-line, wait, that doesn't look right, no A-line across BC. Okay, no A-line across BC, so something else is going on here. And the thing was, I had the cables in the right space. I put it together. So I'm gonna look into this again. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I checked inside the plug head, and the line's in the correct places. Same with the back end here, so I don't think it's in the cable. I think it's the Mercattack, to be quite honest, and I'm wondering if there might be a missing tab in the spring. No, that's into the casing, so I don't know why we didn't have a C connection. Let's look at the Mercattack, and I'm wondering if they have a swap here. That's not unusual. Let's see if I can figure this out. Let's see, so we have, that's back there. Verify we have a cross. Well, that's weird. Now it's showing me a C and no AB. Okay, I unplugged it. So C line's there. And now I have, okay, that's weird. Now I have all three lines. It must be a mistake in the meter then. Okay. The meter sometimes, there we go. Yeah, okay, it was a mistake in the meter. The A6 is a digital meter, and sometimes they have issues with things like signal leak and things of that nature. Reconnected it and it was fine. So I thought it was. Put everything back together here. And do one more test. I know I was careful when I put it together. And by the way, as far as the bit with the when I forgot to feed the cable through the cable guide and had to desolder the plug head again. You know, I know fellow armorers who've done it going, there it is. They go probably yelling at the monitor, hey Sam, you forgot this, you forgot that. You know what? We all do it. Happened. You know, even Dan DeShane made mistakes late in his career. Especially with smile and go on. As I said, normally I would do the attachment in here first, and then I do the plug head. So I tried a different way this time, and I didn't get it right. So there you go, live and learn. Okay. So once more, plug the back end of the cable in. Do the front. And there we go. And it's stable. We have all three lines. It was definitely something in the cable. Probably break so far back that he couldn't see it. But anyway, that is one way to recable an Uhlmann Allstar Turtle without having to go to the circuit board on top. It's not easy. It's a little easier once you're used to it than the other way. I still prefer Faveros, but that's one way you can redo the Uhlmann recable. Happy armoring.